Remember about Otis? I went down. He called. Otis always wanted. He always wanted to take care of me. Otis did. Well, he called me. He called me at work, and when he was sick, getting sick, and he wanted me to come because he wanted me to make him some potatoes. Me to make him some soup.
Oh,
He said,
wow.
nobody down here knows how to make soup. He wanted me to come and make him some soup. But when I went there, I asked my boss, and I was just going to take off a few days. He said, "You take off as long as you need to.
Good.
You go and help your brother. As long as you need to." And my boss took me to the airport to catch the plane to go down there. Well, then I fixed him some soup, but he still couldn't eat it. He ate some of it, but that was just in his mind. But Otis he was always taking care of me when I was young, and if I got sick or something, but he was right there sitting right beside me, holding my hand or something, always. And then when I went down there, he said, "Come on, sis," said, "we're going to fix Thanksgiving." Said, "Let's get this turkey going, get it put in the oven." So we got the turkey in the oven and cooked, and then we was making dressing. And he was doing. Alice was not doing nothing. But when he said, "You come on down early because you can help me make the dressing and stuff."
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
what we did. We nearly every I don't know how many Thanksgivings we went to Fort Worth. So
Well,
we get off of work, we went to Fort Worth.
I remember several times you being in Fort
Yeah.
Worth.
And then another thing, I'd get off of work when we'd go as soon as I get off work, but they'd be waiting up till we got there. And Alice would have something fixed to cook, or Otis would one, and we'd have to have a little snack before we went to bed. But it was always a good time. I'll tell you, we always had fun.
Yes, ma'am.
But Otis always was. I don't know why he was like that, but that's the way he was that way when I was young. If I felt a little bit sick, he was sitting right beside me. He wouldn't leave me, and he'd always hold my arm. And I had some. Back then, I was sick at my stomach a lot for some reason. And he said, "Oh, sister, I don't like for you to have to do that." And another thing he did, Mom went, like some of the women was going to have babies. Well, they'd go help the neighbor, the people well, she was gone, so he said, "Come on in," said, "We're going to make a cake." Well, so he made the cake and everything. He said, let's don't cook it. Let's just eat this raw dough." We ate a little bit of it, but we couldn't take all of it. So we just had to throw the rest of it away, and Mom never did know we did anyway. Eating the raw dough. I said, "Good night. We don't want to eat the raw dough," but we did. We just be sitting there eating that raw dough.
It probably tasted good, didn't it?
It was funny. Well, a lot of things he did, but he always took care of me when he's around. And if I was sick or anything, he was always right there.
Good.
And when I was young, I was kind of, but mostly it was just sick in my stomach. It wasn't anything dangerously or anything.
Yes,
But I
ma'am.
finally got over that after several years. I don't do that anymore.
Good.
It's good.
Yes.
That was the worst thing in the world. You go home and be so sick you couldn't do nothing. And Dad, when I was younger, I'd want tomato juice or tomatoes. And Dad, they didn't have any, so he went to town. He got me some tomatoes and the tomato juice. Well, by that time I was already through with it. I didn't want it then. So after that, I never did want much more tomatoes. I don't know why I wanted tomatoes. Anyhow,
Yes, ma'am.
I did. Anyhow, that's what they got me every time when I got sick in my stomach.
Good. Good.
But there's a lot of, and I can remember Otis before he died. He wanted us to get in a ring, and then we held hands and we prayed.
Oh, that's
And
good.
He prayed, and we all prayed, and we was all standing around. He was waiting for what's the oldest son?
James.
James. He's waiting for James to come home because James was overseas then.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
when James got there, he seemed like he relaxed a little bit, and then Denzel came down, and Denzel took him to the doctor. He was really sick on the doctor. He doctor not made it, and then the next day or two, he was gone.
Yes, ma'am.
But we was all that we were all down there when he passed away.
Yes.
But I hated that more than anything. But he was waiting. He was waiting for James to get back home because he was sick quite a while before that.
Yes. I remember.
Yeah, he was. But he was waiting for James to get home, and James kept telling him, "You better come if you want to see your dad." Well, he decided he better get coming. And
Yes,
he
ma'am.
wasn't there. He probably wasn't there over a week till he passed away.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Otis had us in that ring. He could get in the ring and hold hands and pray.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
then get in that ring. He kept saying to it over and over. Get in that ring and hold hands and pray.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah.
sweet.
That's what we was doing.
That's good.